So we're now on to video 2. So our charger is now on the wall, all ready to go. Customers standing by with their telephone. So what do we do now, Mark?
Okay, so the first thing is the application, once it's loaded onto the customer's phone, is going to ask you for login details. Now they will have to set up a password and their email address. Once this is done, this will allow them to sign in. Once they've signed in, the app will automatically start looking for the charger via Bluetooth, and once it pops up on the screen and they select it, they will have to then link the charger to their router, so their Wi-Fi password will be required. Once that's been done, you'll end up at the home screen, which looks like this. There's various information and bits and bobs that they can do from this screen. They can lock the charger, so when they're not at home, no one else can use the charger. They can also view various analytics of their charging rate and the cost at which the vehicle is charging, which are available on these lower tabs here. And then there are a couple of charging options. The customer can have it set so that plug and charge, which is the standard one, they just literally plug the charger in, it will charge the car, and when they remove the charger it will stop. Or they can actually schedule times for the charging to commence. So if you hit the schedule, you'll be able to actually create a schedule for that to happen, and then the customer can just leave that charged in, the charger lead plugged in, and it won't actually start charging until the scheduled time. If you go to the settings, there's some various options here as well. The customer can opt to either change the brightness of the LED lighting or turn it off completely just by swiping down. Let me show it there, Kelv, on the,
it's now out.
Light. And that's back on. Then they can also have various different modes for the lighting.
I particularly like the party mode, Mark.
Yeah.
It's rather current at the moment.
Or turn it off completely. Solar charging, which is listed on there, is only really relevant if they've got solar installed and want to use that as a means of charging the vehicle, so you probably won't be using that very much. Then there's also a max current limit. If when the quotation was being carried out, it's been required that in actual fact we're not going to be able to use the full 32 amps available, then we'd be able to change that here. This is changeable 1 amp at a time, and effectively if you only wanted to allow a maximum current limit of 20 amps, then you could do that and set that here.
But we'd state that anyway, wouldn't we, on
exactly
our design?
That.
So.
Yeah. And then the only other things on there are if you need to add another network for the charger, or if you want to add more Hypervolts to that same network. And then the profile settings will be for the customer. And that's it.
There's also a place you can enter your energy tariffs as well, isn't there, Mark?
Yeah, so just here on the energy tariff, if the customer had economy 7, for example, you'd be able to insert the tariff for that per kilowatt within the specified time that that tariff is available, and that will just give the customer a more accurate view on the costs. The costs for actually charging their vehicle, which would show here.
Yeah, because otherwise it's working it out on a standard rate.
On the standard rate of 14.6p per kilowatt, yeah.
So, and that's it. Charger's up and running. Thank you for watching.